For bag 14, we built the base of Spiral Hill Cemetery and the Sally minifigure. Since this is the first bag to build Spiral Hill, we'll look at the instruction manual, and of course we get to see what we're building with the moon, Spiral Hill, the cemetery, some pumpkins, and what I'm looking forward to the most is Zero. But you know, we'll kind of look through it, and we see Sally, who will be our first build of this set, and then after Sally, it's just going to be a lot of the graveyard building, and then after we get that graveyard, we'll start building Spiral Hill, and of course, since Sally was the minifigure we built, we get to see her walking along the edges to show us how close we are to completion. And then if you saw the unboxing, here's that paper moon that we have, but I'm not too excited about. And as the last manual, we get to see the full set complete, and because this is the last manual, we also get the pieces. So all 2,000 plus pieces to build this set are back here. So if you need to know what a set name is, piece looks like, or if did you get enough, you can just come back here for the details. But let's get building. The first round of bags is what you'd expect. We're building the base to Spiral Hill. Nothing too shocking. You've got the outline border in black plates. You get these tan plates to kind of hold them together more secure, along with a red boat stud. We've seen that with all three structures. And the top build, in terms of building, nothing too surprising. We've got that center kind of column that will attach to Jack's house. In the back, you've got some nice black tiles for like shadowing of Spiral Hill. But I do love the colors, especially for the cemetery section with this sand blue. I love the sand blue color. It looks really cool in Lego, and we don't get it that often, so it's really great for me, for my mock work, to get those in sand blue. So a lot of jumper plates in sand blue, a lot of tiles in sand blue, loving it. And then, as we've seen with all these builds, we get another color of a 1x1 round plate with those 5 petals. So now we get a medium lavender flower. We've got red, orange, yellow. So I just love all the different colors we're getting in this flower piece. So the thing I was most interested in this bag, and I'm sure you are too, is looking at our new Sally and comparing her to the old CMF Sally that we got years ago. And the subtle changes are subtle, but you can see them and you will notice a difference, and some are bigger than others. We'll start with the hair piece. Now, it looks very similar to the front. This is a little smoother, and this has got a little widow's peak in the front. When you turn it around, though, you can see a bigger difference in the hair. This one has a lot more texture and curls in the back, and this one's a little smoother, but also this one just kind of lays down straight, while this one kind of flares out and becomes wider at the bottom. Now, the heads, this was the hardest thing for me to tell apart. I had to stare at these things for a very long time to figure out what the difference was, and it's really in their eyes. If you look at the eyes, you'll see that the new Sally has like some blue shading here, and the old Sally does not. But, I mean, even looking at their faces, the smiles are the same. In fact, both smiles actually look almost identical, even when the one that's showing her teeth a bit. So it's really hard to tell those heads apart. You really got to look at the eyes. And now going down the torso, you can kind of see how the swabs of fabric, the shapes are the same. It's the patterns inside that you have to look at to tell the difference. This has like larger, thicker swirls. This one's got smaller swirls. And then there a little bit of shading in the stripes is different, but very subtle. You'd be pressed to find the difference on your own. And then on the top, the front of these torsos, you can kind of see a very similar cut to the swatches of the clothing, but this one has those thicker, larger swirls, and this one's got the tinier swirls. And then this vest actually comes down a little bit farther down the torso, and then to the arm. And the biggest difference, though, is the arms. Now, the arms, the new one does not have any print. It's just 2 tones, while the CMF actually puts stitching on her arms. So that's the way you tell. The CMF has stitching on her arms, which is not unexpected. We expect the CMF character to have a little more detail in the arms and the leg piece. That's usually where you see those big differences in CMF characters. Now, for her leg piece, you're going to notice that this is actually probably the easiest piece to tell apart. You've got more purple swatch of clothing here, while this one uses more browns and greens and purple, but also the CMF actually is just plain skin, and the newer one put some stitching on her legs. And while they both have black shoes, if we turn to the side fabric also, like the same shape of fabric, but you can see this has got purple and that's brown, so they changed the color of fabric. Now when we turn it around on the back, the CMF just blows out of the water. You actually have different, 3 different colors of leg piece, and here it's just the solid plastic color. But again, these are our 2 Sally characters, and they are very similar. A little bit of changes to make sure they're all unique, but you gotta really look. I'm loving the extra pieces because we get a new color, the medium lavender flower piece, and that sand blue color that I love. We get a plate and 2 tile pieces.
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe or check out some of our other videos. Until next time, let's keep building together.